Alright, what is up, everybody? This is Tim360, coming back with episode 5 of What If Vader and Starkiller killed Palpatine and ruled the galaxy? Or, at least at this point in time, it's Vader ruling the galaxy. Galen seems to be a little conflicted with all that, but we're gonna get to all that down the road. But, so this is a little bit of a slower episode, but it does introduce some massive plot points for this What If series coming ahead. So some big stuff happens in this episode, but not a lot of crazy action sequences. But nevertheless, it's still a really good episode, like every episode. And also, as a bonus, there in the comment section, we're going to have a poll on what do you guys want to see as the next What If after the Force Unleashed one. This one ain't done. We are far from being done with the Force Unleashed What If. But probably pretty close after I finish that one, I want to start working on the next What If. And I have 2 ideas that I want to see how you guys would take it. So, without further ado, let's begin episode 5 of this What If. Let's begin. We open on Mustafar inside Darth Vader's castle, where we see Emperor Vader and his new apprentice, Shira Bree, also known as Lumaya, looking out at the lava rivers below. Lumaya can sense the turmoil within her master. "Something is troubling you, master." "My grip over the Empire is slipping, apprentice," Vader admits. "I know Thrawn plans to use the Death Star against us, and Tarkin is no doubt involved." "And what proof do you have?" Lumaya asks. Vader turns to face his apprentice. "Thrawn has been against the creation of the Death Star since he learned about it. Building it in Chiss space means he has plans for it. Besides, he seems rather close with Governor Tarkin." "My lord, that station will take years to complete," Lumaya countered. "We can strike now and bring an end to this at once." Vader shook his head. "No, it is not that simple. I placed Tarkin in charge of all military within the Empire, and he has become crucial. Killing him without proof will lead to more concern and disbelief in my rule. But if you know Tarkin is betraying you, then find him and collect the proof yourself, master." Vader again shook his head. "I cannot sense him," he admitted. "My abilities are not being held back, but rather someone is masking him and Thrawn from me. I fear it is my apprentice, Starkiller." "What proof do you have of your apprentice's betrayal?" Lumaya asked once again. Vader turned and looked back out at the lava river. "I could feel his connection to the dark side waning, as did his loyalties to me following our duel with Kenobi. I gave him Kashyyyk as a test to see what he would do if he believed he was free of my oversight." "You do have one advantage in this game, master," Lumaya pointed out. "And what is that, apprentice?" Vader asked, somewhat irritated. "You have me," Lumaya answered. "Nobody in the Empire knows of my existence yet, including your former apprentice." Vader nodded to that, seemingly in agreement. "You were kept secret for a reason." "I never did understand that. Training me while you had Starkiller," Lumaya admits. "My master had ordered me to train Starkiller to root out his rebel enemies. However, I wanted an apprentice to kill him. I trained you believing Starkiller and I could never accomplish that goal, but fate said we did. Yet in the end, you still proved to be a useful asset." "I promise, master, I will not fail." We cut to hyperspace, where we find Hondo, Luke, and the rest of the crew trying to fix the engine that had been slashed by the Grand Inquisitor's lightsaber. However, they don't seem to have much luck. "Well, it appears we have only enough power to make it to Malachor before we crash land," Hondo announces. "Then we will need to repair more or get another ship." "Maybe your client's master will be able to help us out," Luke suggests. Hondo turns to Luke. "If we find him, that is." Hondo's ship jumps out of hyperspace before Malachor, before experiencing the crash landing as stated before. As the crew begins to go back to repairs, Luke looks over to a column randomly placed in the middle of the ground, as he hears something calling him over to it. He walks up to the column before the floor begins to break apart, and Luke falls through, much to the shock of the pirates. Luke lands, although he is badly beaten up, and calls Hondo to help him, although the pirate simply shrugs and looks him away before leaving. "Don't worry, young boy. I can help you out," a voice calls out as Luke raises his blaster pistol to a hooded figure. "Stay back," he demands. The old man does as he's told. "Forgive me. It's just been so long since I've seen another. My ship crashed, and I've been stranded here." "I'm sorry, but I have to get back to finding my client's master." The old man looks to Luke with a look of intrigue. "And who is your client? Perhaps I know them?" "Doubt it," Luke shoots back, although the old man responds with, "You forget I'm the only other person here," which Luke seems to realize that he isn't wrong. "Well, she had brown hair and a cloak. She never said her name or who she's working for. She said her master was looking for a powerful artifact before he went missing." "Kira," the old man said. "Kira sent you to find me." Luke's expression became excited before he suddenly fell into disappointment. "What is it, my boy?" the old man asked again. "My crew seemed to abandon me." "It is in their nature of pirates to betray one another," the old man explained, although Luke seemed surprised. How did this man know his crew was made up of pirates? The old man continued. "Oh yes, the Onaka gang are a powerful group of criminals, but they are untrustworthy and flawed individuals." "Who are you?" Luke asks the old man. "You may call me Old Master. And what shall I call you?" "It doesn't matter," Luke responds. Old Master walks past Luke. "Very well. Now are you going to help me?" "I was assigned by Kira to bring you home." "And I came here to retrieve a powerful artifact. You are going to help me find it first," Old Master demands. Luke finally gives in and follows the old man towards the Sith temple. We cut to Cloud City, where we see Galen Merrick, now disguised as a simple civilian, traveling into a local cantina, where he finds the blind and intoxicated Ram Koda chugging away at his alcoholic beverage. "Master Ram Koda, we need your help," he declares. "Who's asking?" "The future of the Jedi Order." "The Jedi Order died a long time ago." "Not all of them, and we are preparing to rebuild." Koda scoffs as he begins to fall unconscious. "I'm going to bring you to Kashyyyk, Master Koda, where the other Jedi can help you." Suddenly, two Imperial Shadow Guards appear behind Merrick and ignite their red lightsaber pikes, as Galen turns around and ignites his own hilt, now brandishing his father's blue crystal as he prepares for battle. We cut to Darth Vader, who's now on Coruscant, as he summons both Moff Gideon and General Mok to his personal chambers. As they both kneel, the Emperor walks up to them. "I have summoned you here to tell you that your Dark Trooper project has been approved and is effective immediately." Both bow with honor to their Emperor. "Thank you, Lord Vader. We will begin at once," Moff Gideon declares, as the two leave the room. Once they are both gone, Lumaya returns to the chambers. "Why are you approving this project, Master?" "Moff Gideon and General Mok are both strong and loyal followers of the Empire, and their Dark Troopers will serve as a far more advanced soldier than any the Empire can produce." "Lord Vader, you've already hired Boba Fett to recreate the clone army of the Clone Wars, and you have doubled down on the training of human stormtroopers. Why do you need even more advanced soldiers?" "Because I sense a great war is about to be upon us. Not just with Tarkin and Thrawn, but with even more deadly forces. I want the Empire to be prepared for all of them." "We will be, Lord Vader, Between us, the Inquisitors, and the clone army, we will be unstoppable. Vader walked over to a secret chamber and used the Force to open the door, before motioning Lumaya to follow him inside. The room was filled with various Sith holocrons and scrolls of dark power. "These are all the hidden secrets of my master," Vader explains. "I am learning every secret he ever hid from me, and soon I will be more powerful than he could have ever dreamt of becoming." "And when will you teach me such power?" Lumaya asks. "When I believe you to be ready." "You mean when you're powerful enough to still control me?" Lumaya shot back, although Vader's dark look convinced her to silence. "When I believe you to be ready, apprentice, such power will be at your disposal." We cut back to Malachor, where Luke and Old Master are outside the temple doors. "How are we going to get through?" Luke asks. "We are going to use the Force," Old Master explains. "The Force?" "The Force is a power gifted to a rare few that allows us to channel immense levels of power, to which we demonstrate our power over the galaxy with, and we are both born with its power." Luke absorbs Old Master's teachings dangerously quickly. "I want you to draw on your rage, your family's death at the hands of the Empire, your pirate crew abandoning you. Focus on it and channel your rage." Luke, who seems to forget that he never told Old Master of his family's death at the hands of the Empire, thinks for a long moment before outstretching his hand with a rage-fueled expression. Suddenly, the door begins to open, and Old Master begins to compliment the boy as he attempts to guide him into channeling more rage. Slowly, more doors begin to open. "How many more are there?" Luke asks, frustrated. "They are meant to make you impatient," Old Master explains. "Make you feel rage towards them as well." Luke takes in the knowledge and unleashes all his rage until the doors are all open at once, and the two finally pass through. Luke finally lets the door drop as he drops to his knees, panting. "For tapping into the power of the Force for the first time, I must say I'm rather impressed," Old Master admits. The two do the exact same scene in Star Wars Rebels where Maul and Ezra get the holocron and exit the temple. However, this time, they are met by the Grand Inquisitor. Luke's face contorts with rage, seeing the man who slaughtered his aunt and uncle before his eyes. He quickly draws his blaster, to which the Inquisitor rips it from his grasp without effort. "He is talented with the Force, but knowledge is nothing without power," Old Master explains to Luke. "The Shadow?" the Grand Inquisitor asks, as Old Master unveils his hood, revealing that he is indeed Maul. "You may call me Maul. Then perhaps there will be two victories today, the capture of the Onaka gang and the execution of a traitorous Sith." "You aren't even Sith to begin with. You have no idea of what you speak of," Maul shoots back. The Grand Inquisitor ignites both blades of his weapon and begins to spin the hilt in a defensive position, using the rotation function of his hilt. Luke goes to draw on the Force as Maul stops him. "I haven't got the chance to face someone like this in a long time." He pulls out his own double-bladed lightsaber, which is made from another Inquisitor's lightsaber, as he charges the Grand Inquisitor, and unleashes a Juio flurry of attacks before kicking the Inquisitor's knee from under him, before quickly thrusting his blade forward. The Inquisitor desperately rotates his hilt as Maul unlocks his blade and swings upward, decapitating the Inquisitor's head clean off. Luke is shocked by Maul's sheer power, as he explains to Luke that this is the power of the dark side, and tells him that he will show him the true power that can be achieved. Luke turns to Maul and nods his head in acceptance. "I am ready." We cut to Kamino, where Emperor Vader is being guided into a secret cloning chamber by Lama Su, and as we go inside, we see several clones being created, who look quite similar to Galen Merrick. And that is where this part ends. And with that, episode 5 is done. We're leaving it on a pretty big cliffhanger. Here's something that I should probably make a point of mentioning since the Bad Batch show is out. Darth Vader, during the time of the Force Unleashed, is on Kamino, but in the Bad Batch, Kamino was destroyed. Why did I do this? It's pretty simple, really. Star Wars The Bad Batch sucks. It is called The Bad Batch for a reason. If it was a good show with decent episodes, it would be called The Good Batch. But it's not The Good Batch, it's The Bad Batch. It's terrible. I probably hate The Bad Batch as much as Gensarai 1 hates Star Wars The Clone Wars. So, yeah, I do not like The Bad Batch. And if season 2 proves me wrong, then so be it. And anytime you see the Bad Batch in this What If, it ain't gonna be the Bad Batch. It's gonna be Delta Squad. So, because hey, there was gonna be Imperial Commandos, the sequel to Republic Commandos. So Delta Squad can show up. So yeah, I'm going with the Legends timeline and saying that Vader is still using Kamino to clone Starkiller. So yeah, I'm definitely not setting up a certain fight for Galen Merrick. I'm not setting up a certain fight at all. But, yeah. Another thing to mention is Vader's power levels in this What If. Vader, at this point in time, is either equal to Return of the Jedi Darth Sidious, or, 2% stronger than him. But, I mean, he's learning all his dark secrets, and now he's, super duper powerful. So, that's something to also note, that Vader he's pretty freaking strong at this point in time. So, he's gained about 20% his power by killing Sidious and unlocking his secrets. But, yeah, and then, again, we kind of combined canon and legends by having Moff Gideon and General Mock, together building the Dark Troopers. But yeah, so I'm super excited to continue this series. We've got a lot of crazy twists and turns. I think everybody figured out, I think it wasn't really that hard that Maul was going to be part of the series. The moment Kira gave Luke and Hondo's crew the assignment to go get someone on Malachor, I'm pretty sure everybody who ever watched this series figured out that Luke Skywalker was going to be running into Maul. That was kind of obvious, but come on. Come on. We already have Ahsoka. And plus, it's Sam Witwer versus Sam Witwer. That's totally not going to happen in the series either. Oh my goodness, I'm just spoiling everything. I feel bad now. But yeah, until next time. The poll for the next What If will be in the comment section below. I think you guys are really going to like both options. And this is Demon360, signing off. Peace.